Good evening and thanks for joining us. My name is Johnny and I'm the International Chaplain at Oxford Brookes, as well as working with a charity called Friends International.
And my name is Gail. I also work for the charity called Friends International here in Oxford. Friends International is a Christian charity that works with lots of international students across the whole of the UK. We love getting to know students and helping them settle into life in the UK, and also providing opportunities for them to hear the Christian story while studying in the UK.
This evening we want to welcome you to Oxford and give you some helpful tips along the way. We'll be hearing from different members of the Friends International Oxford team. They'll be sharing some useful things about life in the UK and how to make friends with British students.
Also, we'll be hearing from an international student here in Oxford, and they will be sharing about their experiences of living and studying in the city during coronavirus times. So do stay tuned.
We do have a number of other exciting activities coming up over the next week. If you'd like to get involved in any of them, then do just fill in the sign-up form in the description.
Hello, I'm Matt, and this is Catherine. We'll be discussing about what it's like to live in Oxford and some top tips for making friends with UK students. I'll start. So number one is be bold. Be willing to speak your English, talk about this, talk about that, ask them questions. That's number two. Be willing to ask for help. British people are often reserved, but they are very willing to help and to direct and to help with your English, help with knowing how to find the shops. They're often very willing. Number three is British people often talk about the weather. To be willing to talk about the weather, however the weather is. And also be willing to talk about your culture, your food, and British people would love to learn about where you are from. And now I will hand over to Catherine.
Hello there. So just my 3 top tips about settling into Oxford. It's not an easy time to arrive, obviously, but one thing you can do, which is going to be really good for your physical health and your mental health, you can go out for exercise. And our guidelines from the government are that you can do this once a day. The great thing about Oxford is that it's a small city, so you can get to some really nice spaces for exercise quite quickly just by walking outside your front door. And I want to recommend 2 places you could take some exercise. From the Brookes Central Campus on Gypsy Lane, it's only half an hour to walk into the city centre. See if you can find Christchurch Meadows. It's really pretty and you can take a walk by the river there, as well as exploring the city centre. The second place I would recommend is very close to the Brookes campus, and that's South Park. And it's got lovely open green spaces and trees and a really good view of the city skyline. So that's number 1, exercise. Number 2 is make sure you have some good warm clothes. It's January and you're going to need them if you go out to exercise. So make sure you've got a hat and gloves and a scarf and some sturdy shoes. And you may find if you come from a climate that's a lot hotter than ours, you may find you feel cold inside. So do what we do and just make sure you wear plenty of warm layers inside as well to keep warm. And then the third tip is make sure you eat well. There are good supermarkets near you, including ones that stock food from all around the world. You'll find Asian supermarkets as well as those that sell the normal British stuff. So explore your local area, see what food you can find, and make sure you include plenty of fresh fruit and vegetables. That way you'll stay healthy and well. We really hope that you come to love our city. We're really glad that you're here, and we hope those little tips will just help you with your settling in.
Great. Well, that's the end of our top tips. We will hand back to Johnny and Gail now.
I hope some of that might be helpful for you. If you have any questions, do get in contact with us. As a team, we have lots of experience living overseas in different cultures, and we would be more than happy to share our own experience.
And now we're going to hear from a real-life international student who will share a little with us about their experiences of studying in this amazing city.
Hello, my name is Rachel Child and I work with Friends International, which means that I work with international students who come to study in the UK. And I love that job. I love meeting students from around the world. And at the moment I'm living in Oxford. And today with us, for me to interview for just a couple of minutes, is Joseph, who is back in his home country at the moment, but he is a student in the city of Oxford. And so I'm going to ask him some questions about what it's been like to be a student in Oxford, particularly through this COVID-19 season. So Joseph, it's nice to see you. How are you today?
I'm good. Nice to meet you, Rachel.
Good, thanks. And what time is it where you are?
It's 9:30 p.m. right now.
Oh, wow. So he's ahead of us by quite a lot of time. Let me ask you, Joseph, when you arrived in Oxford, what did you find the most challenging, both through your quarantine period and afterwards?
The most challenging thing I faced for sure was dealing with loneliness. I did not expect myself to have to deal with loneliness, but during my isolation period, it definitely felt that way, especially with family being away, with friends back home being away, and never really having a chance to make friends in the UK yet. Then it was really just me. Yeah, coming out of quarantine though, that was also a little tough for me because I was in isolation during the orientation week. So then meeting people was also a little tough. But yeah, I'm grateful because one of the first things I did when I came to Oxford was find a church. Church is basically my safety net. And yeah, like there's this guarantee that even if most friends could go away, like your church would never go away. So just knowing that this new church I have in the UK has got my back, no matter the situation, it just feels really good.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that you found support, because the thought of you, the thought of many international students being so isolated just hurts my heart. And of course, all of us wish that you didn't have to go through that. But well done for being positive, and we're glad that you emerged from it. Was there anything on the university side of things that gave you some support while you were in quarantine or as you came out of it?
The university gave me food, which is quite important.
Yeah.
That was good. There was also, we had like a group of internationals. So then there were a few days I could like just call off internationals who would probably be like a flight of stairs below me, but we can't go out of our rooms.
No.
But yeah, it's good to connect with a few of them. It's also really nice to have know that international connection, because there were a few times where I just didn't want to eat hall food. So then I called up a few of mates that I know of, and then they brought food to my door. And that was really kind of them. They never had to do that, but yeah, it's really nice having their support as well as college.
That's great. I'm glad that you felt that. Certainly, I'm aware of other international students who were a support to one another, and that's good to hear. There's no doubt that it's been an incredibly difficult time for students coming to the UK in the last year because of COVID. Some have come for the first time and lived like you did, with a degree of isolation that was unknown to them before. Others were already here and then were not able to go back, and that was hard. But although it has been a difficult time, were there some positives for you? What were the positive experiences for you in the since you came to the UK? What was it, in September that you came?
Yeah, I came in mid-September.
Okay, so what were some of the positives?
As I said before, one of the biggest positives was finding a church.
Okay.
Yeah, settling into home group especially, because it was that group that like you could go meet up every week. It's really nice having a home group, not only because of the connections you make during Bible study, but um, every time I go, there's someone in church who would cook a decent meal for us, better than anything my hall can offer. So I'm really grateful for that.
Okay, so a home group is something midweek, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have it Thursday evenings, and so it's something I look forward to every week, knowing that I get a good meal once a week, most likely.
That's,
And just
I'm glad.
the
Yeah.
connection I have with the people, just like the common goal, common interests, it's really great.
That's great. It's so good to hear that you found some ways to draw the support that you needed and that you got that support. So, although it has been a difficult time and is going to continue to be for a while yet, what advice would you give to other international students, wherever they're coming from, but other students who are coming to Oxford to study or in the next few months or are hoping to come when they're released to be able to do that? What advice would you give to them to help them?
One advice would be to seek help, I guess, like not to be shy. Um, it's totally fine to not be fine because most people are not fine, and like the people around you want to help you. It's hard for everyone. Everyone wants to help each other out. Um, so just find support. For me, I found it in church. Church is a great place to start, but your friends around you would definitely want to help you. Even if it's hard to find friends, start with your housemates because your housemates would love to help you as well. There's so many times my housemates brought me food from the market. Yeah.
That's good. It sounds like you were very positive, even through the struggle, and I've no doubt that being positive helps. Would you agree?
Well, I mean, at times they were tough. Things weren't always as positive as they seem. But yeah, I guess let's just hope that the isolation period will end. Um, things will be fine, knowing that things will be fine in the end.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah,
it is what
absolutely.
it is. Plus, there's probably people living in a situation tougher than I am. So, yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Absolutely. We're totally with you, Joseph. We long for this to be over. We here in Oxford, the Friends International team longs to be able to connect with international students in the way that we normally would, with activities that draw us together and draw them into the company of people, of local people here in Oxford. So we're looking forward to that, and looking forward to having you back as well whenever that happens. Thank you for what you've said. Thank you for what you've shared. We wish you all the best. Look forward to you being here, and maybe you'll meet some students who you have spoken to today through this interview. So thanks. Goodbye to you, Joseph, and goodbye to everybody who's listening to us.
Have a nice day.
Thanks so much for joining us this evening. We're sad that we cannot actually meet in person, but hope that this video has been useful.
Do join some of the upcoming events. If you are a Christian International student, then tomorrow night there's an opportunity to meet the Christian Union, and they are able to welcome you to the UK. On Friday, the Christian Union is also hosting an online quiz for everyone, so do join in. All the information can be found on the sign-up form in the description box below.
We look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.
Bye.